Have you ever felt like you and your partner are living in the same house but worlds apart? You're not fighting, there's no big drama, but something feels off. You can't quite put your finger on it, but the connection you once had is fading. This is the silent killer of relationships, the slow, invisible erosion of love that no one talks about. And if you don't address it, it can destroy everything you've built. But here's the good news. It's not too late to turn things around. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how to recognize this silent killer and, more importantly, how to stop it in its tracks. Let me tell you a story about Sarah and Mark. They'd been together for 12 years. From the outside, they looked like the perfect couple. They had a beautiful home, successful careers, and 2 adorable kids. But behind closed doors, something was wrong. They weren't fighting, but they weren't talking either. They'd become roommates, 2 people sharing a life but not really living it together. One day, Sarah found herself sitting on the edge of their bed, staring at a photo from their wedding day. She couldn't remember the last time Mark had looked at her the way he did in that picture. She felt alone, even though he was right there. And Mark, he felt it too. He'd noticed the distance between them but didn't know how to bridge it. He was afraid of saying the wrong thing, so he said nothing at all. This is the silent killer, emotional neglect. It's not about the big fights or betrayals. It's about the little things, the lack of eye contact, the unasked questions, the missed opportunities to connect. It's the slow fading of love, one unnoticed moment at a time. Emotional neglect is so dangerous because it's subtle. It doesn't scream, it whispers. And over time, those whispers become a deafening silence. Here are some signs you might be experiencing it. 1. You feel lonely even when you're together. 2. Conversations feel surface level. You talk about the weather or the kids, but not about your dreams, fears, or feelings. 3. Physical intimacy has become rare or feels forced. 4. You've stopped trying to resolve conflicts because it feels easier to just let things go. If any of this sounds familiar, you're not alone. This happens to so many couples, but the good news is, it's fixable. The first step is recognizing the problem. The second step is taking action. Here's how Sarah and Mark turned things around. First, they made a commitment to talk, not just about the logistics of life, but about how they were feeling. They set aside 10 minutes every day to check in with each other. No phones, no distractions, just real, honest conversation. Second, they started small. They held hands while watching TV. They left little notes for each other. Just a simple, "I'm proud of you," or "I love you," can go a long way. Third, they sought help. They went to couples therapy, not because their relationship was broken, but because they wanted to make it stronger. Therapy gave them the tools to communicate better and rebuild their connection. And finally, they made time for each other. They scheduled date nights, even if it was just a walk around the block or a coffee date at home. They reminded themselves why they fell in love in the first place. If you're feeling that distance in your relationship, know this: it's not too late. Love is a choice, and every day is a new opportunity to choose each other. Start small, talk, listen, connect. And if you need help, don't be afraid to ask for it. If this video resonated with you, share it with someone who might need it. And if you're ready to take the first step, leave a comment below telling me one small thing you'll do today to reconnect with your partner. Don't forget to check out my top recommended relationship solution. Remember, the silent killer doesn't have to win. You've got this.